Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist hides in plain sight. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the narcissist, they many times hide in plain sight, which means they could be your coworker, your neighbor, a person of an organization or community you are a part of, could be your spouse, could be a family member, a relative, could be a coworker, anybody. The narcissist many times hides in plain sight because, remember, the narcissist wears a mask usually, which means they are portraying themselves to be one individual when in fact they're somebody completely different. And what they do is they get to know you. They understand what makes you tick. They understand how you are, what you like, what your future plans are, your aspirations, your dreams, your goals, basically what is important to you. And when they do their reconnaissance and their homework on you, what they do eventually is they weaponize this information against you. It's called manipulation. It's called a narcissistic relationship where it does not benefit you. It benefits one person, which is the narcissist. Remember, in a healthy or stable relationship, it's going to be like a tennis match, going back and forth and back and forth. And you're always trying to lift your partner and or this person you're thinking of up. You're trying to build, you're trying to create, you're trying to grow. You have goals, dreams, aspirations. And that is exactly how a stable relationship should be. And when one of the two people in the relationship that's stable, by the way, if one person happens to falter or they hit difficult times, like they get sick or injured or they lose their job or something happens, the other person is supposed to be there to pick them up and to be a support system for them. That's not how it works in a narcissistic relationship. How it works is the other individual, i.e. the narcissist, they're trying to tear you down. They're trying to destroy you. They're trying to take. And when they're done, what do they want to do? That's right, they want to take more. And they want what you possess, all of your resources, which is and includes your beauty, your empathy, your love, your money, your social circle, your status, your job. Everything you have, the narcissist believes that they're entitled to, but you don't know this many times because the narcissist, when you first met them, they probably were hiding in plain sight, which means you didn't get the wisdom on channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. You didn't know what you were dealing with because narcissistic abuse wasn't taught in school. So what did you do? Let's say it's a romantic relationship, as an example. If you fell in love with a person who turned out to be a narcissist or a toxic individual, I can assure you, the person that you fell in love with, that was a charade. It was not real. It was a person wearing a mask to get you to fall in love with them, when in fact that person can't fall in love themselves. They can't, because the narcissist doesn't know how to love. They have no empathy. What they wanted to do was to, let's say you guys got married, as an example, and then I'll mention so many more examples. But let's say you fell in love and you got married. Well, why did the narcissist marry you? Crystal clear. Perhaps because you could help them create children. Perhaps you made them look better to the exterior world. In other words, now they were married, so people look at them in a different fashion. Another reason could be because now you have the ring on your finger and you are now the walking apology or the human punching bag, meaning you're going to suffer most of the abuse behind closed doors. And many times when the mask has completely slipped in the devaluation stage or post-discard or discard stage, they will do this in front of people. They'll triangulate you. They will gaslight you. They will stonewall you. They will give you the silent treatment. They will invalidate you. But another reason the narcissist may get married is because what you offer. In other words, perhaps you had and or have a great job and you're part of the country club scene, or you own a beach house in Mexico, or perhaps you have tangible assets that the narcissist wants. These are some reasons why the narcissist would get married. And again, if you fell in love with the narcissist, you didn't know what you were doing. If this individual walked up to you and gave you a 2-page report about themselves saying, I'm going to have you fall in love with me, I'm going to manipulate you, I'm going to take virtually everything from you and leave you like a shell of yourself, or crumble you up like a sheet of paper and throw you away on the freeway, you would have walked. You would have said thank you, but no thank you. You see, I want to fall in love with a genuine and or authentic individual, not someone who is portraying themselves to be one person when in fact they're somebody else. But as the thumbnail mentions, the narcissist hides in plain sight. You don't really understand narcissism until you've gone through the narcissistic abusive cycle. You can read the books, you can take all the classes, you can watch all the videos, you can talk to a therapist, you can do what you want to do. But unless you've actually experienced this cycle and or what a toxic relationship is, you're not going to speak the same language. It's just the way it is. Now, I'm not downplaying anything. I'm just letting you know. If you've gone through the fire and you've risen through the ashes like a phoenix and you've had to put yourself back together post any narcissistic relationship, you know what I'm talking about. And please drop comments below. And again, getting back on track with the narcissist hides in plain sight. This is what they do. And when, let's say the relationship ended, let's say it was a business relationship. Again, you went into business with this individual, you created a business, you sign on the dotted line, and boom, you have a business and you're making money. Well, the agreement was that you were going to do 50% of the business, of the workload that is, and they would do 50%. But over time, what happened? That's right. You found yourself doing 60%, 65, 70, more and more. And the narcissists, what were they doing? They were just reaping the benefits from your hard work. And they were pushing you, making excuses why they couldn't do the job, or why you're so much better at it than they are, or that you know the skill set better than they do, things like that. And then again, that relationship, you couldn't wait to get out of it. Yeah, the business was probably making money, but the narcissist was consuming your energy, and you were working so hard in the business that you found yourself doing virtually everything. So you couldn't wait to end that relationship. That's another example. Friendship, same way. Let's say you have a friend of a year, 10, 20, 30 years. Eventually, this person, if they turned out to be a narcissist, that mask will get so heavy that they can't wear it any longer. And this I hear about frequently because the person that you knew as a child, let's say a friendship of 50 years plus, the person you knew as a child or when you were younger, they were a kid. And as time went on and they developed and grew and they fine-tuned their wearing the mask and manipulating people and not being accountable and getting what they wanted, the more cumbersome that mask got. And then that's the more you saw the poor behavior as each and every day passed. And then eventually one day happened, you were in the relationship with this individual and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This is like really getting out of control. And boom, you find out what narcissism is. We're a toxic individual. Example, they couldn't wear the mask any longer, but they hid in plain sight because you were a friend of theirs for decades. It's the same thing with a neighbor. You move into an apartment building. You think everything's going great. Perhaps you overshare a little too much information, which many people do, and that's for a whole different video. Oversharing is not good, by the way. It's not good at all. But the point is, you overshare a little too much information. Next thing you know, this person, your neighbor in the apartment, they start coming around, knocking on your door. You're spending time together. Maybe you're watching movies, whatever you're doing, who knows? And then boom, lo and behold, next thing you know, they're ingrained in your life. And you're like, wait, what happened here? I just met this person like a month ago, and all of a sudden I'm doing everything with them. And like, what happened? What happened is that was a narcissist hiding in plain sight, looking for a new supply, which was you. And most likely, if this example resonates, drop comments, but maybe you had to relocate. Maybe you had to go no contact. Maybe you had to go gray rock, who knows? But the point is, when you understand that these people, they do hide in plain sight many times because they don't want people to understand who they really are. Many reasons for that is because they're hiding and they are always on a quest looking for new sources of supply and or new people to feed off of, new people to pay their bills, new people to buy them cars, new people to make them look good, new people to take them on trips, new people to buy them clothes, whatever it is, new people to just consume their energy from. Example, here's another one. The classic example I give, it's any day of the week and you just get home from work, you're trying to decompress and relax and you're going to grab some dinner and take it easy. Everything's going fine, and then boom, the phone rings. Who is it? Well, it's this person who is going to call you and talk to you, and they're going to consume your energy. They're going to complain about their day. They're going to complain about what they don't have. They're going to say about all the things you do have, or perhaps they're just draining your energy by just talking nonstop about themselves. And when it's your turn to interject or jump in and say some words, I have to go. I'll talk to you later. Bye. And you're like, what happened there? I just was on the phone with this person for 2 or 3 hours. All they're doing is using me as a sounding board. Why? Because that's what they're doing. And they're consuming your energy and they're making you feel not good about yourself. Perhaps you're even getting anxiety from answering that phone or from seeing that individual call you. These are toxic relationships, but the narcissist is hiding in plain sight many times, which means, let's go back for a moment. That's why many times the narcissistic relationship, they move at light speed. Why? Because you are the flavor of the month and you don't have the wisdom and or didn't have the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle. You didn't know people could be this way. You didn't know people could be completely self-serving and tune out reality and tune into their false narrative and actually believe themselves and actually go about life blowing up relationship and relationship, moving from person to person, town to town, city to city, business to business, and not caring about the wake of destruction that they left behind. These are not good individuals. Now, are they human beings? Absolutely. But do they care about others? No. Remember, the narcissist cares about one person, and it's not you. It's themselves. And they don't care about what they do. As long as they get one over on you, as long as they win the competition, as long as they leave you not in a good space, certainly not better off than when you met them in the beginning, that's how they feel that they're winning. And that's exactly how they are. Another thing before I close the video out, because it's going to be a little bit longer, is really understand the ending of a relationship. Let's say it was a romantic relationship again. Let's say you got discarded. Well, what happened there? What happened there is your replacement was already lined up. Your resources had already become expired and or on the tail end of having any resources. Meaning, let's say you had a lot of money, as an example. You owned a house, you had a couple cars, you had a dog, things like that. And then now you have a mountain of credit card debt. Your mortgage is 3 times what it used to be. You have no cars, you can't drive, your dog isn't with you anymore, heaven forbid. But you get my point, things like that. That's when your resources are depleted and you're at your lowest point. That's usually when the discard may or may not happen. But it's basically kicking you when you're down. And I'm not trying to trigger you or upset you. It's that if you were discarded, the narcissist knows that you can no longer provide a lifestyle for them or make them look good, or you're no longer what you once were. And that's when they went, before your expiration date, they looked for your replacement with many sources of new supply, and they found it. And that's what happens. So I kind of bounced around there a little bit, but I want to let you know that the narcissist hides in plain sight. And I'm not suggesting by any means that everyone on the planet is a narcissist. I'm suggesting that have your boundaries, learn to say the strongest word in the English language, which is no. Don't be a people pleaser. Put yourself first, second, and third. You are the priority. Don't tolerate poor behavior, and understand that where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Your attention and your energy went into the narcissistic relationship in the past. I'm certain of it because you made it this far in the video. But now it needs to go within yourself. And when your cup is full in time, in your time, when you've healed properly from the narcissistic relationship, get back out there, make new friends, do what you need to do. But remember, if something doesn't feel quite right, most likely it's not. So trust your instincts, pay attention to your intuition, definitely pay attention to red flags, and understand that many times the narcissist will come across as a kind, loving, benevolent individual when in fact they're not. They just want to tear you down. They want to get close to you so you can overshare information, which I'll do a video about tomorrow, and then they can extract the resources from you. That's what they do. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening, afternoon, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. Continue to focus on yourself. Continue to move forward each and every day and become the best version of yourself. If not now, when? God bless you guys. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Have a great, great afternoon, evening, or morning. All right. Bye, you guys.